You have about 30 seconds to get locked and loaded for an hour of high-powered talk with the Gunsmiths. The Gunsmiths are brought to you by Williams Gunsight Company, Michigan Lumber, Hicks Outdoors, Dick Williams Gun Shop, and Tri-County Roofing. Questions about what's new in the market, what your gun is worth, the latest laws and regulations? Call 810-743-8255. And now, your Gunsmiths, Jonathan and Jacob Smith.
Good morning, everybody. Happy last show. This is the last show I'm going to do of 2016, Jacob. It is.
That's not how I thought you were going to start this show.
Well, that's it. I can't hear you at all, buddy. So, but that's okay. Nobody wants to hear you anyway.
I know.
How about now? Can you hear Jacob, folks? Can you? All right, everybody nod your head if you can hear him. Talk to me, Jacob.
Anything.
Then, well, we got a dead mic in the studio. Come on over here and grab this one, Jacob.
Turn that off and turn it back on for a second.
All right. Well, this is the Gunsmith Show, December 31st, 2016, show number 195, and we are glad you're here with us. We're talking about guns, as always. This is the Gunsmith Show, and I am John, and Jacob's coming over to this side of the room, and we're going to discuss things. And oh, go ahead now.
Now?
No.
Oh.
Still got nothing. Well, we got a dead mic in the studio. Well, that's not good.
Classic AM 1470.
And, we'll get it straightened out. We're okay. We got another microphone, thank goodness. So, we have got a good show for you, though, today. We're going to have a good discussion on guns, as always.
Yes, absolutely.
What are we talking about, buddy?
We are talking about a lot of things.
Yeah. Well,
There's
some new guns.
Some new guns. There's some new guns coming out from both Ruger and Colt.
And probably 1,000 other manufacturers, too.
And those are the two that really publicize what they're doing. But also, we're kind of FFL violation in Michigan that the BATFE is investigating and exploring right now. Plus, we spent some time at the range.
Yeah, we had a good week, actually. It's been a busy week. We've had fun. We've had a chance to take a whole bunch of kids shooting, some of them for the very first time for handguns, and that's always a blessing.
Yes.
And went really well, and as well as breaking in some folks on some new guns, learning how to shoot, learning how to properly holster, practicing those drills of drawing the gun from the holster without touching the trigger. That's one of the first things people do is they put their finger in the trigger and pull, and
henceforth resulting in a shot hip.
Yeah, or leg injuries, and we don't want that, or death.
A pierced foot. Is there a certain earring or gauge that's a 9mm for a 9mm hole?
No, I don't think so. Let's not even go there. I don't want to go there at all. But there are, it's practice. It's muscle memory. It's so many good things that you can do, and you can do it right in the comfort of your home with an unloaded weapon and practice these things. Drill. Get that muscle memory going, and remember that it's up to you, because if you're carrying or plan to carry, you have to practice those scenarios. You have to put yourself in that mindset. You don't just, it's in my purse, or it's in the bag in the car. No. You gotta remember what's going on around you and how you're going to react to it. And there's a ton of good videos on that stuff, so some really good stuff to watch. But, well, Jake, I haven't had you on this side of the room in a long time.
Years.
It's been a long time. So Jake is on mic 3, which is right over here next to me. So we can almost share the same. We can almost share the same points.
We could
go by, but we won't. That's all right. We got Steven pushing the buttons on the last day of the year. I think this is the last day of the year he's going to do the Gunsmith Show too, and things are going well though. We've got a pretty cool show for you though. I'm excited as always in the new year.
Right.
With getting some new products on the market, getting some new you're going to see brand new calibers this year. You're in 2017.
Yeah.
We're going to see, of course, a lot of new designs and styles on guns. And
I saw some of the new Stag Arms ARs.
Yes. Now, Stag Arms had a bad year.
They had a bad year. However, I think somebody else has bought them up, and they're still producing. They've made an AR that no longer has a pistol grip, no longer has a collapsible buttstock. It's like a solid, almost, those AKs with a hole in the stock, those Wassers?
Yes.
Almost like that.
Really?
They said
almost in like some of the FNFALs look like that as well.
So
that could be
it
interesting.
takes away because some states you can't have those features on a rifle.
Yeah.
It takes that away.
Yeah.
It made sense. Well, at least had new configurations for these rifles. Whoever would have thought about that, you know?
Right.
But
interesting stuff. Last week's show, we got a chance to talk about a weird thing happening where actually a name change from the parent company for Smith & Wesson.
Right.
And that was kind of an odd one that came at us. And not a big deal, but, it's still going to say Smith & Wesson on the barrel. And then we talked about the rise in pheasant hunting and with an event that is, we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll talk about that in the last segment. We'll bring up that event. It's an event about if you want to change your habitat into your hunting area into a pheasant refuge so that we can start bringing back pheasants here in America, in Michigan especially, similar to how they've done it out west.
Yes.
Now, the west being like the Dakotas and Iowa and such places that are known for their excellent pheasant hunting.
The Midwest.
Yeah, the Midwest. There you go. Midwest. Almost west. How's that? And then, of course, we talked about the Hornady Black Ammo as well, which is interesting. And we're seeing it come out. Initially, we haven't seen it at a lower price point, which it's supposed to be. We've seen it at a premium, premium price point. So hopefully that'll get straightened around, and we'll see. It's all supply and demand, as always, with the gun market. We've seen, and talk about supply and demand in the gun market. We're seeing some adjustments in prices of used guns. I'll tell you that much. We're seeing an overabundance of some, and it's breaking the prices down a little bit. I know that I was at a big gun shop lately, and we asked questions about 40s, and they said, "Oh, we don't even want to take in 40s right now,
right?
Because there's so many issues." And I said, "Issues? What do you mean?" "Well, there's just an awful lot of them on the market right now." Like, oh, okay. So I remember back when you couldn't find one, and here it is a little different. So now, Jacob, you have a Facebook ask for this week, and what are you asking?
Upload your favorite picture of your gun to our Facebook page. Tell us a little story about it. Why is it your favorite? And we will send you a coffee cup or a couple tumblers in the mail.
All right.
So upload your favorite gun picture and a story of why is it your favorite gun.
There you go.
Whether it be a family heirloom passed down or, well, it could be for any reason, really.
Yeah.
It could be the gun you carry on a daily basis and you're proud of that.
It could be something that was your father's hunting rifle, and you're proud to have it, and you'll keep it forever. One of those guns. Saw a interesting gun this last week. Jake and I did. It was a Ivor Johnson break top 32 special. Interesting vest gun. It was the quality and the fit and finish were perfect. 5-shot revolver, just a vest pocket gun, and I didn't shoot it. Owner didn't have any ammo for it, but it was a beautiful little piece, an heirloom style piece. It almost looked like you wanted to put it in a shadow box and display it, but it probably shoots like a dream. But those are small vest pistols are interesting little items and pretty cool. Speaking of kind of heirloom type guns.
Well, hey, this segment, first segment's always brought to you by Hicks Outdoors in Clio. Hicks Outdoors also has a website, hicksoutdoors.net, where you can find all new rifles, shotguns, scopes, holsters, everything you can be buying online that can be bought online and shipped to their store, and that's where you pick it up.
There you go.
So since deer season's over, today,
almost over. There you go.
Small game season really kicks back up again with coyote hunting, squirrels, rabbit. You got all this other stuff. So we wanted to pick a gun that you could use for all of that, and the one I found on the hicksoutdoors.net website, it's the Marlin Xt 17 Varmint.
Ah, interesting. Now that's 17. The XT is the series of rifle, then the 17 is the caliber, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Because I've got an XT22 Magnum.
Correct.
Yeah. Nice gun.
XTs are the Marlin bolt actions.
Yep.
This is a 22-inch stainless steel, heavy-barreled 17 HMR.
Yeah.
Marlin adjustable trigger. Monte Carlo black and gray laminated stock. Comes with 2 magazines, a 4-round and 1 7-round magazine.
That is a nice option right there, having that extra magazine with the Marlins.
Yep.
I know.
My Savage did not come like that.
Yeah, you bought a Savage and I bought a Marlin at the same time, basically, and you were like, "What? Where's my other magazine?"
And they were like, "Well, yours was $100 cheaper, so."
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't. No, they're actually almost identical in price, but interesting guns though. But Marlin didn't offer the left-handed version.
That's right.
And you're still lefty. You're a southpaw still to this day. All right, so
it weighs 7 pounds, so it's not a light rifle.
No, mine even with a plastic stock is I've got the composite stock on mine. It's a heavy gun.
It's a heavy barrels.
It's a bull barrel. Yeah,
they're my God, they're accurate.
Yeah,
so,
tack drivers.
Price on the 17 HMR Marlin 22-inch heavy stainless steel barrel, $365.44.
And this is a bolt action rifle. So
correct. Now there's no sights on it. It does need a scope, but it does come with scope rails.
There you go.
So you are safe either way you go on that one.
All right. Well, hey, don't forget we've got a buck pole registration. Speaking of Hicks Outdoors, buck pole registration. If you get a buck today when you're still bow hunting, get up there, take the entire deer to Hicks Outdoors on Clio on Linden Road in Clio, just right across the street from Walmart, and bring the whole deer there. They'll measure it, they'll register it, and take a picture of it, and you are then invited to the buck pole night, which is at Joe's Garage on January 17th, and it's going to be a great time. We'll be there. It's also a fundraiser. We have all kinds of gun raffles going on, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
Last year was outstanding. We just had a wonderful time, and a lot of people left with a lot of gear, I'll tell you that much, and tons of fun to be had. And Joe Schultz puts on a wonderful party for us there at Joe's Garage, and Mark and the whole gang will be there from Hicks Outdoors, and the Gunsmith Show guys will be there.
That's right. We'll be there.
All right. Well, hey, I think it's just about time for us to go to break, isn't it? Why don't we go ahead and go to commercial break? We'll come back to this. Is that okay, or would you rather do this first?
That's fine.
No, go ahead. You do this first.
Well, this is kind of nothing to do with what else is on the show.
Okay. We'll go ahead and bring it up.
This is that FFL violation we were talking about. We meant to bring it up last week, but we ran out of time. A Standish man, Craig Kipfmiller, is being charged on one count of willfully engaging in the business, dealing, and manufacturing of firearms without a license. So it's not really an FFL violation because he didn't even have an FFL.
Right.
Basically illegally selling guns. He's being charged for it.
This is kind of a warning shot. We want you to hear this so that you realize, you can't just do everything without a license.
Right.
You need to be doing, it happens in the building trades. It happens in the medical trades. There are people that do things that they shouldn't be doing. They should have a license for it, and they should be, dotting their I's and crossing their T's. Last thing we want to do is be putting guns out there to people that, shouldn't legally have them, and there's a way to vet that, and this is unfortunate.
Well, for more than a year, Kipfmiller has been offering parts and pieces for AR-15 rifles, full rifles, and those 80% lowers you see.
Yes.
He's been trying to sell those.
You have to kind of...
Well, he's been selling those.
You have to finish those yourself, right? You have to...
And then you have to serial number yourself, and then you're supposed to legally register them yourself.
Okay.
Because of what he was engaged in, he has been ordered to shut down all online businesses and is currently actually releasing a $10,000 bond. Part of the ruling, because he broke federal laws about the selling of and manufacturing of firearms, he must not possess what they call dangerous weapons and remove all firearms and their components from his home.
Boy, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
So don't do anything. When you know you're doing something that's questionable, just think about that first before you go forward with it.
Right. If it doesn't feel right inside, don't do it.
Exactly.
So
be careful out there with those 80% lowers.
Yeah.
Be careful with the buying and selling of these rifles because there are people watching.
Yeah. And what are you gaining,
Nothing.
A rifle.
You gain nothing out of it. The guns are inexpensive as they are already.
Well, they're just trying not to let the federal government know that they have them.
Then,
is what the whole cahoots thing is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, there's millions of AR-15s in this country. I understand your thoughts or their thoughts on it, but I don't go with that train of thought. But that's, hey, to each his own.
All right.
All right, this is the Gunsmith Show. We're here every Saturday morning from 8 till 9 a.m. with you here on 1470 and 1530 WLCO, Lapeer's Real Country. And you can also contact us via email, shooter@thegss.com. That's shooter@thegss.com.
And our phone number here in the studio, if you've got a question, 810-743-8255 or toll free 866-533-1530.
Very good.
We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, talking about new guns for 2017.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You just can't spend a whole day at the gun store anymore. Thankfully, the crew at Williams Gunsight Company has created the best way to spend the day at the gun store by doing it online.
WilliamsGunsight.com is the way to shop for your used handguns, rifles, shotguns, and more, with thousands of guns in stock for your total gun shopping experience.
Check out WilliamsGunsight.com and find your perfect match today.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
This Christmas season, the Thomas Smith Memorial Foundation would like to personally thank all of those who have supported our efforts to save lives. Our local heart screenings have touched thousands of families and brought peace of mind to many, and needed medical attention to dozens of great kids that showed no outward signs of heart problems, truly saving their lives. And you can help. At Tommy'sHeart.org, we ask for your year-end contributions, knowing your dollars are being used here in Michigan, making heart screenings available to all kids. To find out more, go to Tommy'sHeart.org and give as generously as you can.
And now, back to the Gunsmiths.
And we're back.
Good, and we are. And Steven's worked his miracles and got our other microphone working here in the studio. You know, it happens. It's radio. It's live, and stuff like that happens. Even this week, Steve Gruber did one whole segment of his show out of Lansing. And as he's doing his show, all of a sudden his voice starts crackling. And then it got worse and worse. And then you couldn't even hear him. And the other person, the person he's interviewing, which was a phone interview, was just coming through loud and clear. And they can hear Steve talking, but we couldn't hear his microphone. So they played like middle 70s really good rock for about 10 minutes. And then they came back and he's like, all right, I got a new microphone. So he cooked his mic. But that happens. This is live radio. We are the Gunsmiths. We're here at the studio at the Lavish Studios in Burton, Michigan.
Just say Flint.
No, we're Burton. This is downtown Bertucky, man. We are here. That's what it's all about. No, it's not Bertucky. We are in Burton, Michigan, and at the Town Square Studios, as always, broadcasting live. We are the Gunsmiths. I'm John.
And I'm Jake.
All right,
this segment's brought to you by Tri-County Roofing,
where quality starts at the top.
Give them a call today for all your roofing needs, whether it be residential, commercial, off the wall, obscure. I don't know what it is you need a roof on, but
metal,
I'm sure.
Whether it's metal, rubber, flat, steep, whatever it is, they can do it. They've been doing it for 40
Red
years.
roof, blue roof, one roof, two roof.
You going to do a Dr. Seuss thing now? No, it's Tri-County Roofing. They are good. They are our choice for roofing. And I've been a contractor for over 30 years, and I'm telling you what, they do good work, and I'm proud I'm friends with them.
Give Tim and Tom a call today. Their number at Tri-County Roofing is 810-732-7740, or Tim's cell number, 810-282-9452. Let them know you heard about them on the Gunsmith Show, and we will make sure you get a roof you're happy with.
There you go. All right. Now, a few new guns happened this year. How you like that? A few new guns happened this year. Introduced this week. They're coming out. I like it when they do these they introduce them a little bit at a time. I hate it when they introduce 100 of them at a time because you lose track.
First off, you're introducing 100 guns. which is insane for the fact you realize a company that's already got hundreds of guns out there are now, we're going to do 85 more. What?
What amazes me is you don't realize, you think of a gun company, you think, okay, big building, they're making guns, but then when you see all the variants, like the Ruger 1022, when you go to the Ruger website and you look at
distributor exclusives,
there are literally hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Of different variants, and you can get them with black stocks, you can get them with red stocks, you can get them with lightweight barrels and thick barrels and stainless barrels and blue barrels and green barrels, and it's amazing, literally amazing how many options you can get on those guns. And kind of brought it up was we were looking at the 450 Bushmaster bolt action Ruger American rifles on the Ruger website. They just posted on the website, which is the one that we talked about with Hicks Outdoors just a couple weeks ago. And then Williams has them for order at Williams Gun Site. Almost all your gun shops are going to be ordering them now. And, of course, the supply and demand will be the issue. How soon will we get them? They're a real lightweight rifle, but that's not the only new gun on the market. There's some amazing, cool stuff coming out.
Ruger number ones have switched to only distributor-exclusive models.
Which is probably smart.
There's only about 10 models available this year, but there's ones like the 44 Magnum, 35 Whelen.
Now, these are single-shot, very classic, beautiful rifles.
And you're seeing these lines in this past year, these lines that have been traditionally a walnut and metal companies are switching over to polymers.
Yes. Seen a lot of plastic stocks.
I don't know if the walnuts are all gone, but then use some European wood. I don't know.
Well, we're seeing a lot of that Turkish walnut, and it's pretty, but I don't like it as much as American walnut.
Oh.
It's an interesting grain pattern. It's almost like swamp wood. Oh, there's all kinds of neat wood. Why aren't we making gun stocks out of cypress or something? You know what I mean? Some of these beautiful woods. I mean, there's some fabulous woods. I know Browning, we're seeing a bunch of maple guns, which is really cool. I love seeing maple stocked rifles. And there's several catalogs. I think those bright maple stocks on some of those
maple X-bolts.
Yeah, and they've got
and
them
even Winchester does now as well, in the same companies.
Yep.
But first one we're going to talk about is actually from Colt.
This blows my mind. I can't believe they did this.
About 30 years in the making?
Yeah.
It happened to be, was not introduced by Colt on their website through email or anything, but there was one ad in Gun World magazine put out by Colt, and it introduces their newest revolver.
See, I'm wondering if they just did that as a feeler to see if they can get orders from it.
Well, I don't know. And
stir the pot a little, you know what I mean?
The Colt Cobra is coming back.
Good guns.
It's made an appearance in the magazine. It features 2-inch barrel, fiber optic front sight, and a larger rubber grip. Not like the smaller Cobras that you had in the past. This is a larger grip.
It's got more of a I'm going to shoot this gun grip instead of I'm going to conceal this gun grip. There's probably going to be grip options, but the picture that they show is a good-looking gun. Almost looks like a detective special, only stainless, kind of a matte stainless finish.
What got me is that the picture looks like it's a push-button cylinder release.
Yes.
I'd rather see the Colt old-style pull-back release, but...
Well, the push-button is faster.
It's faster, I know, but...
It's more of a one-hand operation.
Also looks like a Charter Arms.
I could use my Colt...
And when I buy a Colt revolver, I don't want it to look like...
It does.
My Charter Arms that was a third the price.
It does look a little bit like a Charter Arms, you're right. and they have some stiff competition in the revolver world right now because we got a chance to handle a Kimber 38 Special a couple weeks ago.
The K6. What a gun.
It is phenomenal. I cannot believe the quality, fit, and feel of that gun. It's a Kimber revolver. It's their first revolver. It is a compact, sleek design. Kind of looks like a... Remember how, locomotive trains looked and then they brought out the sleek liner ones? It's kind of got that elongated...
it's an octagon-shaped cylinder that perfectly turns
it's a cool gun.
But the Colt, in a way Colt's been doing things lately, you can only buy Colts if you stock Colts.
Oh, really?
So this stops the individual mom-and-pop FFL dealers who aren't able to stock X amount of Colts simply due to price and have just always been ordering. So Colts have to be ordered through stocking Colt dealers.
Interesting. And Colts had a heck of a tumultuous several years now. You know,
from I don't know if they went to bankruptcy or filed or bankruptcy protection.
I think they're Chapter 11 or Chapter 30. I think it's Chapter 11, a rebuilding.
A rebuilding style.
The thing is, though, Colt used to manufacture all these weapons for our military, and then they lost the contract. You know, and actually H&K is making a ton of ARs now in Europe and in America for the military. There is everybody's making AR-15s. There's over 100 manufacturers of AR-15 rifles in America now,
which is insane.
And there's a ton of them right here in Michigan, but in all the variants. But the ones that are truly the military ones, you know, they're building plants here in America. They're building, but it destroyed Colt. You know, it sucked the lifeblood out of them. You know,
right?
It's suffocating, I would imagine. If they come through this, and they're a good American company, I'd like to see them, you know, live through it and keep bringing out great
They brought
products.
out the Expanse M4s earlier this year.
Yes.
So a lower price AR.
Yep.
Because Colt ARs have always been a premium.
And they still are.
Even
on the wholesale websites that I look at, just Colt uppers are $500.
Yeah.
And, you know, and where you can find them for $299, you know, which you can buy. You don't have to be an FFL dealer to buy just an upper for an AR-15. You can get those right off. You know, you can go online and order them, or even go to hicksoutdoors.net or go to Williams or wherever you want to go and you can just buy them.
So I'm hoping that the fact that they're bringing back out a revolver brings them back a little more into the market share.
I hope so. And that's all we do. We're hoping for the best for Colt. It's one of those good American companies, and we love our Colts. So.
There's and we had talked about before the Colts, the Rugers, but there are a lot of new items from Ruger that are coming out.
Yeah.
And we expect more to come out before the SHOT Show as well. If not the first of the year tomorrow, we'll hear it. We'll get an email. And you had heard from Hicks.
From Mark. Mark told me, he says Ruger's going to introduce, I think he said 100 new rifles on New Year's night. Right, tonight at midnight, they're going to...
See, that's just unless they're bringing out...
Hey, they're just trying to, you know, and you got to look at it this way. Most gun shops are closed tomorrow.
Yes.
But they're open on Monday, and that's a legal holiday in America, so maybe they're hoping for a Black Monday. You know what I mean?
And think about it like this, too. They're an American-made company. What if they have competition?
Oh, yeah, they do. Lots of it.
All those American rifles, competition with Savage, competition with Remington,
yeah,
Brownings, Winchesters. What if their goal was just, we're going to sell more than everybody else?
And they do. They do sell more than everybody else. The Ruger's outselling just about everybody.
So a couple of their new ones that came out just in this past week, the new compact 45 American handgun.
Yeah.
American pistol.
This is a good-looking rifle.
And it's, for carry, that's a good-sized gun.
Yep.
Also,
did I say rifle? I didn't mean to say rifle. It is a
handgun.
It's a nice-looking gun. I like it.
The American Rimfire target rifle is now available.
Yeah.
22 long rifle or Magnum, and 17 HMR. 18-inch heavy barrel with threaded.
Right.
Black and gray laminated stock with a scope rail mounted on top of it. Only in blued right now. But being it's a Ruger, I'd expect to see stainless steel sometime soon.
Right.
Because you don't see a lot of these in blued. MSRP is $499.
Now, let's go back to the American pistol for just a second. And I don't want to go back, but I want to just say we did get a chance to shoot those at the Shoot It Before You Buy It with Dick Williams up at the Frankenmuth Conservation Club.
Yes.
And he says, I'm glad you guys are here. I want you to shoot these pistols. And they shot very good. They had kind of an XD feel, though, like the big old XDs.
Yep.
Kind of a mix between an XD and, oddly enough, a 24/7 Taurus. And but it had a better feel. It did. And I haven't heard of any recalls with them. So, you know, it's their striker fired gun. They're trying to get into the market. So
I mean,
it's not a bad pistol for the money. It's not bad, and they're not.
Now
I wouldn't say they're super popular yet.
The SR9 series of Ruger handguns,
yes,
took it all by storm, and they sold millions of those.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of done its course. That's an old gun now.
Yeah, kind of.
This is
I got people calling me saying, "Hey, I want to sell my SR9C. You know, can you help me?"
Do you remember when I sold mine?
You traded yours, didn't you?
I sold mine at the Birch Run Gun Show. We had a table.
Oh, that's right.
And I want to say I paid $3.99 for that gun, and I think I sold it for $300.
I think you did sell it for $3 or $3.25.
And that was only a year and a half after I had it.
Right. But you that gun, you just didn't like the way that gun felt. And in the meantime, you bought a Glock.
Yeah,
and
no,
you,
nothing
and you
against the gun.
No, huh? It just.
I just had, when they first came out, I had the all black full size SR9.
I got to shoot an SR40 a couple months ago. It shot like a dream. I got a friend that's got an SR9C that absolutely loves it, and it's a tack driver, so they're good guns.
There's also a 100-year William Ruger commemorative competition signature series Mark IV competition handgun.
Really?
It's a super long name on it.
Yes, it is. That's I hope that's not printed all the way down the barrel.
Well, it somewhat is.
It's got a 17-inch long barrel.
It's got his signature, yeah.
Oh, it's got Bill Ruger's.
It's a slab
engraved?
side 22 Mark IV, the old, the classic Mark IV.
Heavy target pistol.
Target
nice
pistol,
guns.
sides are slabbed off, and it's got all these little things on it about how it's a special edition. Only 1,000 are being made, and they come with a matching serial number CRKT knife.
Wow.
The other one here
I think Ruger has purchased CRKT.
They must have. Ruger GP100 in 44 special. A 5-shot revolver, stainless steel with a 3-inch barrel.
Wow. I like that.
MSRP is $829.
Be like a storekeeper's gun there. That'd be a good gun.
Also, the double action Ruger Red Hawk is now available in another cartridge.
What's
That's the 41 Magnum.
Hey, they brought it back. They had it out at one point.
Really?
Years ago, they had a Red Hawk and 41 Magnum you could get.
Really?
And they had it in 44, 41, and nice, beautiful gun. I'm almost certain. I think it was actually it might have been in the early 90s or in the 80s when that gun was out.
Oh.
So
now it's chambered in 2 options for Ruger. It's a 4.2-inch barreled 6-shot Red Hawk with a Hogue grip. And it also comes in a 2 3/4-inch barreled 6-shot with that classic wood Red Hawk grip.
Wow.
So it's
that might be the one of choice right there.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice.
Now a lot of these are only available through certain distributors.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But something certainly to look for if you're looking for new handguns. That's the new ones from both Colt and Ruger so far.
There's some exciting stuff out there right now. I know the Ruger 1911s they're beautiful guns.
And as soon as they make them ambidextrous, I'm sure I'll get one.
Yeah, I know it. I know how you feel. Hey, we need to go to commercial break again. I could go on without any commercials for the rest of the show. There's so many new guns to talk about. But our phone lines are open. We're here for you. 743-8255. You have any questions, concerns, price of guns, anything you want to talk about, we're here. It is New Year's weekend. We haven't talked about, Jake, is what we got for Christmas. We'll go to commercial break. We'll be back in just a minute with more of the Gunsmith Show.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Hey, it's Tony Labrie. I know I've talked a lot lately about how Williams Gun Sight in Davison is Michigan's only Sig Sauer elite dealer. So what that really means is if you want to get your hands on the brand new Sig Legion, the TAC Ops, or the Scorpions and all the gear, then you got to make your way to Williams Gun Sight. But on top of that, they really have just about every brand you can think of. I'm talking thousands of guns in stock every day, new and used. Just stop out and be ready to fire in their state-of-the-art indoor shooting range. You've got to check this thing out. And if you're like me and a CPL is in your future, be sure to sign up for the next concealed pistol license class. Also at Williams, you can shop all your concealed carry, tactical gear, holsters, silencers, lights and lasers, ammo, all of it you'll find in their fully stocked, ready-to-rock, huge gun store. And with tax refunds coming, 90-day layaway is also available. Williams Gun Sight Company, it's right on Lapeer Road in Davison. Go to williamsgunsight.com.
This Christmas season, the Thomas Smith Memorial Foundation would like to personally thank all of those who have supported our efforts to save lives. Our local heart screenings have touched thousands of families and brought peace of mind to many, and needed medical attention to dozens of great kids that showed no outward signs of heart problems, truly saving their lives. And you can help. At Tommy'sHeart.org, we ask for your year-end contributions, knowing your dollars are being used here in Michigan, making heart screenings available to all kids. To find out more, go to Tommy'sHeart.org and give as generously as you can.
And now, back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, we are back. Jake?
Yes.
Not the last segment of the show, but
it
we got
is
a lot
not.
to talk about. A lot to talk about. Now, we were excited about, I just mentioned before we went to break about talking about Christmas. Oddly enough, I kept my eyes peeled, and before, like a month before Christmas, I had purchased some things for you. And then on Christmas Eve, you went out and bought a rifle that all those things I purchased for you fit. So it was ideal. And I never coaxed you at all. I never told you to get that gun. It worked out absolutely perfect.
Now, one of those presents was one of the new Ruger BX
25.
The BX
50.
The BX trigger kit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And when you take a brand new Ruger 1022 and you pull on that gritty 10-pound trigger pull on that gun.
Well, it leads to not having a very accurate rifle. But some of them are better than others.
So, in a very quick one screw to remove everything from the stock.
Yes.
Knocked out 2 pins, put the new trigger group right in there. Put the new pins back in.
Target ready.
The screw back onto the stock and shot it. What a complete 180-degree difference in that gun.
It's a $70 rifle trigger assembly kit that makes your gun. I mean, they already come with excellent barrels. It just makes it a tack.
It's like going from single action to double action.
Right.
It's that significant of a difference with that trigger now.
Right. You know, they don't make triggers as easy to pull as they used to. Back when you used to buy a gun in the 70s, it wasn't that hard to find a gun with a really good trigger, unless you were looking at a Savage Model 99, which always has an 8-pound trigger. But if you were handguns and pistols and Ruger 1022s, those old ones, man, they had good triggers.
Yeah.
But these new ones, you know, they make them like they're 8, 9, even 10-pound triggers on some of these guns.
Right.
Which will, unless you're super, super duper careful, when you're pulling the trigger, it's going to pull you off target. You're not going to be able to, have that tack driver unless you just get completely used to that trigger, and it can be a little discouraging. So if you've got a Ruger 1022 and you want to make it more accurate, pick up one of the new Ruger
BX magazine, the BX trigger kits.
Trigger kits. And
what a change!
You can in the store. Even the packaging is set up so you can cock it and shoot it in the package, and feel how good the trigger is. It's an amazing difference. So you picked up a Ruger 1022, a limited edition one, on Christmas Eve. You did some trading.
Yes.
And when you got it, you had no idea of what I got you for Christmas, and I got him one of those double BX 25 mags, where it's 2 mags into one.
But I think it was intended for my charger.
It was intended for your charger pistol, and so was the trigger group. To be honest with you, now I can see you going out and buying another one. But the whole point was, and then you bought that rifle. I thought, well, this is perfect. So, and you already had a scope that you've taken off another. So you're good to go. You've got that. That'll be your squirrel assassin gun for the rest of the year. So, or maybe coyote. So, you'll have a lot of fun with that, I'm sure. So that was just one of the things you got, which was cool, and it was a good time. Hopefully, you guys, everybody out there, thought about guns a little bit when it came to the holiday season. I know I helped a friend here in the studio yesterday get a new gun for her husband, and just tried to guide him down the right path, and showed him all the options available, and they went out and bought one. So I'm happy for them. Now, Jake, you want to talk about what in this hour, or this segment of the show?
Well, we had some time at the range this week besides Christmas.
Yeah. What happened? Did you enjoy it?
Well, yeah, we had a fun time. we took some friends and family out to the range, and some first timers, plus some people that hadn't been in a long time.
Yeah, we had about a 3-hour 3-hour shooting event.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. And private club shooting, so it was nice and...
No pressure.
Right.
Just calm. Started with some 22s.
Yeah.
And we actually had some issues with the 22 where... because there is still somewhat limited availability on 22 shells.
Right.
They had purchased those quiet 22s.
Right.
Wasn't a strong enough round for the blowback action to work on a 22 handgun.
On a brand new
Smith & Wesson.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And oddly enough, he went to and not being naive, but thinking that because it says 22 long rifle, it'll work. He bought 2 bricks of those. So he spent almost $100, and that was a Christmas present. So I felt kind of bad for him on that one because it doesn't even work in his wife's gun other than single shot. Well, she didn't buy the gun for single shot shooting. She bought it for, for self-defense, actually, for home self-defense. She didn't want a big gun. She wanted a 22, and that's fine. It's better.
I wonder if it would work
than nothing
in a rifle.
Oh, it'll probably work fine. Any bolt action rifle will be fine, or single shot. But I don't think that's got enough. If it wouldn't work how easy that M&P 22 did, I don't know. We should have tried it in the SR 22. We had it in range too. But,
then everybody kind of wanted to shoot something a little bigger than a 22.
Yeah.
And that usually happens at the range. Yeah, the 22 is fun, but what's the what's the big gun?
But we worked on those young shooters with breathing, trigger pull, stance, and proper handling of the gun and range safety before we got anything bigger. And I want to do it again. I'm hoping to do it again either tomorrow or Monday, and bring another group of kids to the range. So we'll see what we can do. But anyways, so other things that we got to shoot. You said we got in a 9mm.
Yeah, a M&P Shield 9mm.
Mm-hmm. Interesting little gun. It's got, of course, it's a small gun, short barrel, so it's got a little bit of a bark to it.
Very slim gun.
Yes, nice concealable gun.
Much like a Glock 43.
You're very similar. Yep.
Yeah, the 43.
Yep, very, very similar. And then you pulled out a Ruger Security 6 357 revolver, and we had some good shooting with that. And
tell you what, for shooting true magnums out of it, factory magnum loads, it handled them perfectly well.
Oh yeah, and all the new shooters loved it. It was a good feel. We let them shoot some 38s that they understood the gun, and then they got to shoot the magnums, and everybody got a kick out of that.
Yep.
No pun intended. But it was a good time. Well, so we had a good time.
I threatened them. I said, I swear to God, if you drop this gun, I won't drop it. I won't drop it. Just shoot the gun. You're not going to drop the gun. Just shoot it and be calm with it.
Yeah, just give it a good squeeze and pull the trigger. I mean, it's a nice gun, easy gun to shoot. Well, let's do this segment of the show real quick. We'll just let everybody know this segment of the show is brought to you by Dick Williams Gun Shop. Dick Williams in Bridgeport. They are your Freedom Group warranty station. They are warranty station for Remington, Marlin, H&R, DPMS, and Bushmaster. So give them a call for all your gunsmithing needs, and you're up that way. Stop in and see them. Yes. Their number is 989-777-1240. That's 989-777-1240. That's Dick Williams Gun Shop. Let them know you heard about them on the Gunsmith Show. Now, we had we pulled out some 45s while we were at the range as well.
Yeah.
Shot several, starting with a Glock 41, which is a phenomenally well-shooting gun. It just, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You got the full-size Glock. You've got large capacity, 14 rounds, 13 plus 1. You've got, that version had night sights. It's got the long barrel. It's the same length barrel basically as a 1911.
Yes.
But you've got the size and feel of a Glock, lightweight, fun to shoot. So it's a good two-handed grip gun. Everybody got a chance to shoot that. Then we pulled out some 1911s. In a variety of 1911s, we had Colt, we had Sig, and we had Kimbers. And boy, they all just shot great. It was a good night at the range. Still weeding out some issues with some ammo that I loaded. But we're getting that worked out. No, I ran some shells through that, and I didn't seat the bullet deep enough, and they're not chambering good, so it's frustrating. And we'll get them all. We just got to reset the bullets, and we're in good shape. So, but other than that, we had a great time at the range, and I hope you take some time. If you haven't gone to the range lately, get out. No matter where you go, get out. The weather's good. There's some wonderful events. You Colorado, even the clubs. A lot of the clubs have events tomorrow. Start New Year's out with a bang. Come on out New Year's Day and shoot at our club. I know there's something going on at the Grand Blanc Huntsman Club tomorrow. We got the ranges. A lot of the indoor ranges are open. And just call ahead and check the schedule. Places like Williams.
Yes.
And set your time. They're starting leagues coming up here real soon. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to find out more and more about that. We'll probably get Brian or somebody from the range or Jeff Swertek on here to talk about it pretty soon. So some good things going on out there, and we want you to be a part of it. So, and remember, practice, practice, practice. That's what it's all about. All right, we're going to go to commercial breaks. When we come back, we're going to talk about some pretty darn cool guns from WilliamsGunsight.com. So hang on. We'll be right back with more of the Gunsmith Show.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
Contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You just can't spend a whole day at the gun store anymore.
Thankfully, the crew at Williams Gunsight Company has created the best way to spend the day at the gun store by doing it online.
WilliamsGunsight.com is the way to shop for your used handguns, rifles, shotguns, and more, with thousands of guns in stock for your total gun shopping experience.
Check out WilliamsGunsight.com and find your perfect match today.
And now back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, we are back. We want you to go to WilliamsGunsight.com and check something out. Click on the Used Gun tab. Now, if you have a mobile device, it's a little bit harder to find it. It's like 3 lines, and you got to click on that. Took me a while to figure that one out. But WilliamsGunsight.com, we're going to talk about all kinds of varieties of gun here. So it's pretty exciting. And it's a fun site. We use it as a tool, and you can too, kind of judging gun values and seeing what's out there. And there's hundreds and hundreds of guns every week on their site, so it's fun to watch and see what's on there. It might be something exactly. You might be looking for a 250 3000 Savage, and you've wanted one for 25 years. You've never found one.
That's the same rifle you've used for the past 3 weeks to explain what's on the Williams website.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You might be looking for a 218B
okay, that's
Marlin
a new one.
lever action.
There you go.
Okay, and you'll find out see if they have one. You might be looking for a 375 Ruger, or maybe a 416 Remington Magnum because you're thinking about going to Alaska and bear hunting.
Before you get into that,
yeah,
there's a gun on today's list that you could use for that, and I think it's a little cooler.
Really, a little cooler than a 416.
Yeah, more. Well, it's a hotter round.
Hotter than a 416.
But it's a cooler gun.
Okay. Hotter, cooler. What is it, Jacob? Make up your mind, for God's sake.
What is it?
All
it's
right. All
heavier.
right, let's go with the number one gun. And I see on your list you've got the number one gun.
From WilliamsGunsight.com.
And these are used guns.
Yes, number one used gun of the week. One of the... Well, I said this last night, and Mom she's like, every week you say the same thing. I said, no, but this is kind of true. This is probably one of the finest rifles you will ever really see.
I feel like somebody's selling you a used car, folks. Yeah.
Only 100,000 miles.
This is the finest Broham you will ever drive.
No, probably one of the finest rifles you'll ever be able to see, if not handle.
on an everyday, day-to-day basis. You know, you might see some fancy double rifles,
Right.
but you'll never actually handle one.
Well, this is a handleable
This
gun.
is a handleable gun. It's beautiful. We're talking about a Weatherby Mark V Custom Deluxe and 460 Weatherby Magnum. The big medicine to a whole new level. It's it's a 460 Weatherby. It's the largest Weatherby. You know, we talked about Weatherbys probably 2 years ago, and I remember there was an ad, and all it shows is the bottom of a 460, and it's it's big enough that it actually spells out 460 Weatherby Magnum around the case, and it says like medicine coming to you at 3,400 feet per second or something like that. But anyways,
it's an amazingly powerful rifle. Is what it is.
26-inch ported barrel, Morocco, Japan made, 460 Weatherby Magnum. Price on this one's $1,995.
They are rare. They are rare. It might be the one to go grab. You know, but if that's, I don't know if I'd call it an investment arm, or maybe it might be a costly arm because you're going to need chiropractor after you fire it. But it is ported.
At least you can't fire 2 rounds at once.
True. Yeah.
So you're safe.
Yeah, that would. When we had Craig Boddington on here on the show, we talked about accidentally shooting a 500 Nitro Express.
Yeah, the 500 Nitro double fired
on him,
and he's never been able to pull a bow back.
That's a nice way of saying, yes, I pulled with both fingers and pulled both triggers. So that's his way. But Craig Boddington was on the air with us one time for a whole hour discussing
our 100th show, and actually we're only 5 shows away from that. But number 2 gun
from our 200 show.
200 show.
Yep.
Our number 2 gun is a Glock 35. This is your 5 1/4 inch barreled 40 caliber.
This is a nice gun.
Glock Gen 4 with a box and 4 magazines. $569.
Now, this is more of your tactical. It's a big 40. It's long. It's not the biggest one they make. They make one called a Glock 24 that's bigger, but you don't see Glock 24s because they make so few of them.
Right.
The 35 is at least available, and for a 40 cal, it's probably one of the most accurate ones you're going to get. And even the top is hollowed out to get the weight balance good on the gun. It's a very, very smart gun. $569.95, and it's a Gen 4. It's in perfect shape. Gun number 3 on the list. This one intrigues me. I really want to go see this one. This is a Remington 1100 in 12 gauge. But Jacob, tell us the special part of it.
This is a Diamond Anniversary model, number 10 of 3,000. 28-inch ventilated rib barrel, completely, fully engraved receiver with gold markings on it. A truly unique gun.
They're beautiful.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen one of these before. This,
we've raffled off similar guns in some of our gun raffles that we do,
but nothing.
But not the Diamond Anniversary Edition. That's nice.
Price on this one,
used
$795.
Yeah,
which is still less than a new 1100.
I need to go look at this one right away. So I might run out there before the I Can Build It show and take a peek at it.
Number 4, we've got a Ruger Mini 14.
Yes.
This is an old model. This is not a ranch rifle. This is just a standard Mini 14 stainless steel.
All right.
Doesn't have your 18 folding stock. But if you bought this, you'd have to go buy one of those folding stocks because you don't just own a stainless steel Mini 14 and not have an 18 stock on it.
Dun, dun.
Old one, stainless steel with a scope mount. Box and 2 mags. There's a 5-rounder and a 30-round stainless steel magazine.
All right. If they're factory, that's good.
And this is the original old Ruger cardboard box for it, too. $695.
It's about $300 more than they were new, but that's okay. They're good guns, and they're going to last forever. This was a very popular gun when I lived in Florida.
Stainless. I'm sure it was on all the boats and everything.
Yep, that was the boat gun.
Could you hunt manatees with a Mini 14?
No, nobody hunts manatees.
Kidding, Dad, I'm kidding.
No, they were there for self-defense because when I lived in Florida back in the mid-'80s, it was the drug trafficking hub of America.
The Scarface.
It was all coming into the coast, and everybody was armed. It was scary. A lot of
it's kind of like
a lot
Flint
of drugs
now?
and a lot of murder. No, nothing like Flint.
No,
nothing like
really
Flint.
that much.
That much more violent there.
Really?
Yes, that much more violent. It was Very, very violent place. South Florida is not. It's a beautiful place to visit, but it's very seedy.
That's why the old senior citizens always move like halfway up.
Yeah.
Northern
Florida's getting more popular.
I'm being serious though.
But it just there was a drug crowd there that is, it was very interesting. Put it that way. And believe me, I worked in a gun shop. I knew. I heard the stories from the cops. I heard the stories on a regular basis, and it wasn't pretty. But anyways, so that Ruger Mini 14 at WilliamsGunsight.com, $695 with 2 good magazines. So that is a good old stainless, plain Ruger Mini 14, not a ranch rifle.
Our number 5 gun.
Some people really look for that gun specifically.
This is a Winchester SXP pump trap shotgun.
Yeah.
Has the better stock.
Yes, got the higher comb.
30-inch ventilated rib barrel. Invector Plus choke tubes. So you can swatch that out with any of the Browning tubes.
Yep.
Comes with
Invector Pluses. Yep.
Yep. The box manual and more choke tubes.
Multiple chokes.
Multiple. Price on this 12 gauge, $399.95. Still one of the fastest pump shotguns out there today.
I think the fastest.
The fastest.
And this is the trap model. I've got the 1969 version of this gun, and that 30-inch ventilated rib barrel. It's just deadly on the trap field. Absolutely love shooting trap with that gun. And this would be the same thing at a great price with a new up-to-date gun.
50 years newer.
Yeah. Did you say 50 years?
50, I'm sorry.
50 years. Ouch. That hurts. But anyways, you wanted to tell a little bit, and that's all at WilliamsGunsight.com.
Hey, it's something.
Go there. You go right there while you're in your pajamas drinking your coffee out of your Gunsmith Show cup. You can go to WilliamsGunsight.com and check it out.
A quick one here. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz just presented a gift to each of the members of his offensive line. Customized Beretta Silver Pigeon 20-gauge shotguns.
Beautiful guns.
Each one's to be engraved for the player and their number. People were complaining, you can't give guns to these people. And the players are saying, I've never owned a gun before.
No kidding.
But Carson said he'll teach me how to shoot it.
Wow.
So that's perfect.
That's being a good gun enthusiast right there. Well, folks, you can always send us emails. We're here every week, every single Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. You can send us an email at shooter@thegss.com. Remember to check out our website, which is thegss.com.
We're on Facebook at The Gunsmith Show, and follow us on Twitter at Gunsmiths Show.
All right. Now, we got Mike Gaylord's show coming up, but it is pre-recorded, so you don't want to call in on that. But in the meantime, we're gonna wish you a very safe and happy
New Year.
And thanks for spending time with us this year. I hope 2016 has been okay, but 2017 is going to be a lot better.
That's right.
So
till next week, I'm Jake.
And I'm John. Have a good day, bud.
WFNT Flint.